Hello, can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if everything's peachy. I'm nervous. Whew, whew. Okay. I hope you guys wait, let me see. Although it's okay. Scuff can happen. Alright. Okay, wait. I'm also adjusting. Wait, what's going on? Welcome. Welcome, guys. I'm nervous. Wait, what's going on with my... Sorry. Okay. You know what? We'll just, as we call it, jump. We'll just dive. I'll just dive with you guys, so let's go. Draw fairy godmother turning Jenna into a princess. Whoa. You know, I will eventually make a stream wherein I take like sketch requests possibly. For now, I'm keeping it comfy. Alright, so yeah, I think we can start now. It's so cold. Hello! Hello, guys. Wait, let me lower the volume of the BGM. Let me know if the background music is too loud. Wait, I think there's no background music. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Do you see my gift tuber? I'm using her again. Well, her, I don't know. M Young. Please could you try? For now, we'll keep the comfy stream, so requests will be for future streams. Wait, why is my gift tuber sleeping? Wait, let me wake up. There we go. We're drawing now. Hi everyone! Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. I haven't streamed in, oh, well, it says in the title 3 years, but I think it was more than 3 years. Zoar Heart, hi! Comfy is the best, yes. Vader Sam, oh, I like that. Vader Sam for the Empire. Welcome! Do you see what we're gonna do today? Actually, I wasn't even sure what I was gonna draw. Oh, before I continue, let me know if the background music is too loud, so that, like, if it's making it hard for you guys to hear me talk. Zoarheart, how are you doing? I'm freezing. Like, my hands are cold right now because of nervousness. I hope that I'm able to draw more, you know. It's been so long. My hands won't shake. I refuse to let my hands shake. There, I'll put this here, the reference window. Oh, by the way, how are you guys doing? It's currently 9:30 p.m. where I'm from. What about you guys? What time is it where you're at? Jess B, music is fine, not too loud. Thank you, Jess. I feel like it's just loud in my earphones. I still haven't sorted out the technical stuff of streaming. There's been so many updates with OBS that I'm actually pleasantly surprised that setting it up was easier than I initially expected. Although I suppose it's not supposed to be that surprising, considering that, You know, it's been 3 years. There have definitely been updates. So at almost 11 a.m. for me. Ooh, okay, okay. Is that a good time though? I'm doing fine. In Florida, it's 9:37 a.m. Yes, opposite. In the Philippines, some of it's like opposite your time. So it's 9:39 p.m. where I'm at now. Good morning. Wait, yes. Good morning. Yes, everyone. Good morning to you. By the way, this stream schedule, or rather stream time, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do it regularly at this time. There's a possibility that I might do it opposite, like AM for me, so possibly evening for you. I mean, I hope that's okay, but of course, no pressure. Just join me whenever you can. We're just gonna draw or even animate. Oh, I want to give you guys a little context as to what I'm gonna be continuing to draw today. I'm doing coloring. I rarely show my coloring process because I'm so indecisive with my rendering style at times that I feel shy. I feel embarrassed showing my coloring process. I keep changing them because I'm still exploring. But so far I'm liking this. Just the cell shading, not painterly style, at least for emotes. Wait, I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do right now is color the other characters from Arcane. Who here has watched Arcane? Hi, excited to see your art process. 9:41 p.m. here. Hello, yes. Same time zone. Good evening to us. So, for those that aren't familiar with Arcane, it's a series in Netflix based off of League of Legends. I hope I'm right about that. Because here's the thing, I am familiar with the game, but I don't play it. So I only really know the characters from the series in Netflix. So I actually finished Jinx. I shared that in Instagram through a reel. Wait, let me show Jinx because she's the one, you know, she's the girl. She's the first. Oh. Please. Hi, Ruru. Sorry, my voice cracked. Just excitement and nervousness. Yes, have you seen the recent music video? Yes. But I have yet to rewatch it again just because you know. When you know, you know. It's very bittersweet, I guess. So this is Jinx. Wait, this is the version. I'm not really final with how Jinx would look like as a static emote because, just in case some of you have not seen the reel, I actually animated the emote of Jinx, so like that. That's how it looks like. A pretty quick one. Because I was trying to figure out what emote would be cool to make of Jinx, and yeah, this is what I decided on. By the way, in case you're wondering how I did this, I did not film the process video for this because this is actually my first ever emote that I animated with Toon Squid. I'm using Toon Squid for this one. I know that I'm commonly known for creating animated emotes on Procreate Dreams, which I still use, by the way, I still use it. Also Calipeg. It really depends on the kind of animation that I want to do. So there are just some preferences that I personally gravitate towards when it comes to the kind of animation style I'm doing. So for now, expect some Toon Squid stuff because it's my way of learning an app. Because the only way you learn stuff is to, well, do it. So I've been making myself use Toon Squid so that I'm able to learn more about it so that I can talk more about it. Goshi TV, I need a Toon Squid emote tutorial, please. I will do my best. I'm also still relearning Toon Squid because, just in case you don't know, I actually bought Toon Squid before in 2023, but it was quite difficult and it didn't have the stuff that I wanted it to have, which is for keyframing. It was difficult. I guess in short, it was just difficult to use at the time. But now it's different. It's a really great 2.0 update because it's a big update. Speaking of update, Procreate Dreams is also teasing a Procreate Dreams update. So I'm like, I'm getting pulled between these two apps. Like, what are they doing to us? Okay. Well, the good thing though about these apps is that they're one-time payments. So better just invest on having both of them so that you got options. So yeah. You convinced me to purchase it to play with. It's really worth it so far. I'm really having fun and I'm excited to see what more can be done with it. Like, okay, I'm gonna geek out a bit with you guys. Isn't it amazing that we actually get to do this on the iPad? Like, I'm trying to let's process how much technology when it comes to apps specifically have been able to give us these apps. Because in case you're wondering why I'm so excited about it, it's because I initially planned to buy a PC so that I can learn live 2D and possibly use After Effects more without worrying about its or rather my current laptop's limitations when it comes to running those programs because they're really demanding when it comes to power. And it's been a struggle really to like not have the right kind of tech to learn all those tools, just the limitations. And I guess my stubbornness just told me that, you know what, I'll wait and I'll find everything that's available on the iPad so that I can do those things here as well. So voila, thank you to Calipeg, Procreate Dreams, and Toon Squid. Like they brought this to us. That's amazing. Thank you, Ruru. Ethereal. I just recently bought Procreate Dream, but I haven't experimented with it yet. You're gonna get. Well, I'll be transparent. It's a little frustrating because Procreate is pretty well known for its minimalist layout, which can be clean to look at when working on it, but admittedly, because it is really clean, it's harder to find the tools that you want to use. So pros and cons, pros and cons of having a minimalist layout from having something that's in your face when it comes to tools. And I think for me that's Toon Squid. Toon Squid literally has everything, like it's telling you what it is even when you're still exploring it. Joyce, hi ate. I started animating emotes from your tutorials. Thank you. Oh, I would love to see. You know what? I'll try to revive my Discord. I actually have a Discord, but I haven't shared it or I'm not promoting it yet because it's still 3 years ago. Discord. Like, oh my gosh. It's so hard. Like, can you imagine being active in almost all of the social media platforms, and then of course managing a Discord? Like for me, Discord is in its own, it's like its own social media. and it takes a lot of managing because I learned that through when I streamed before on Twitch. It's super confusing from what I saw. It can be, and I think that's the reason why instead of instead of cutting out some of my process or parts of my process, I tend to show everything. Actually, I've been tempted to just show a real-time process without me editing stuff when it comes to Procreate Dreams, because I did receive a comment regarding that wherein I was cutting out some parts and it was too fast for them to keep up with, and the parts that I cut mostly are actually the ones that are I keep on, repeating it from um, moving the keyframe and then play back and then moving it again, play back, play back, play back. So the parts that I cut off are the constant playbacks that you do, just like with editing. Like, think about it, guys. Like, when we edit something, don't we like get tired of having to play everything back from that part just to check if it's what we want or the timing? So I feel like I just felt like it might be annoying to watch, but I also understand that it's probably better to show everything, even if it might be like too tedious to watch. I haven't drawn in 8 years. It hurts to think how much my art would have improved if I didn't quit. 2D Fruity, I've been there. I've been there, really. The truth is, I'm also struggling. I'm good with chibis, but my regular anatomy is I'm struggling. But I am practicing, and I think that's the same thing I would tell you, that go about it in a way that's fun for you before you, like, for example, I actually went back to anime style. In case you've been following me for a long time, this is not my style before, and it was way more detailed, semi-realistic lighting, shadows, and all those things. And I went back to anime style. But when I went back to anime style, I started with chibi because it's like the comfort style to go about and make the comeback to anime style more fun for me. Because can you imagine me immediately going back to like anatomy detail and all that, or anime regular proportions and all that? That would have been, I guess, difficult to come back to. But yeah, I guess I would suggest, why not try like chibi first. Vader's Ham. Oh, a Discord would be awesome. Yes, I'll do my best to clean that up. I will join Discord if you open it up. I will. It's actually well, it's still there. It exists, but I really need to clean up the areas there. I don't even remember what they're called anymore. My goodness. Ruru. Yep, even for a newbie like me, I think Procreate Dream needs more add-on. Yeah, that's why I'm excited with Procreate Dreams is, they're teasing their updates. I'm also really curious what they're gonna deliver. I hope they don't disappoint, because now that Toon Squid showed us what 2.0 really means, I hope that Procreate's 2.0 won't lack, I guess. I feel like here's the thing. I actually feel like Dreams might be checking out Toon Squid, because for me though, as an artist, I would love, like, they could take not take look up to as inspiration to what Toon Squid did, because it still blows my mind how Toon Squid is right now. Moon Whiskers, awesome animation. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me in my journey towards animating, because the truth is, it's been fun but frustrating, which is, I think, it's normal. I think any aspect of learning, regardless of what you're learning, has a element of frustration, because we don't get things right at first. Alright, I'm just trying to fill this up because I actually used the color drop to fill out the flat colors. And as you can see, there's the, look at this, like the jagged lines. So I'm just cleaning this up before I put a shadow and highlights. Glitzy, this is so coolness. Thank you. Tutti Frutti, showing your entire process would be so nice. Okay, well, get ready for it. I'm already giving you guys, like, take note. That's gonna be, it's gonna be a journey watching the long cut or the director's cut. Ooh, like uploading an uncut version, edited version. Ooh, I haven't thought of that. The uncut version. I like the idea. Sorry, I got quiet because I was like processing the idea. Thank you for that, Joyce. Watching your art process helps, to be honest. Coming from an artist with super bad art block. Oh, speaking of art block, whenever I have that conversation with fellow artists, I always tell them that for me, instead of art block, I actually get skill block. It's like I have all these ideas, but when I start working on them, I end up feeling that or at least I end up realizing that I need to learn, like, for example, I need to better my anatomy or something for certain parts or composition, and that's what blocks me from creating at times. Because, you know, our imagination can, you know, run wild because that's the, you know, that's what makes art fun. But I guess the reality aspect is that your vision is not as easy to put into reality. Especially when the idea is like a bit more a level up, I guess. Because why not? Why not level up with our ideas? Because I actually have a idea notebook. Do you guys have something like that wherein, or your notes app wherein you're like just jotting down random ideas that you get? Because let's face it, the our creative minds don't necessarily know what it means to take a break. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just that we see the world, or at least that's how I feel, and I feel like you guys know that feeling wherein you see things around you but you take it in differently from others because you're an artist. So sometimes when stuff happens, I like just normal stuff and or funny things in life happen, I just take note of it, and I'm like, ooh, I think I can doodle something like this. Also would love to see your whole drawing process if you're willing to share. I tend to work with watercolor brushes in Procreate and would love to learn a different way to paint. Oh. Yeah, actually. Wait. Oh, no. Sorry, I was thinking about because I also make like Pomodoro. So for Pomodoro, that's literally uncut. That's where you'll see the real deal. But I think what I posted was an animated emote process in Calipeg. So yeah, I will do that with drawing as well. I think it would be good as for me, because one of the things that inspire me to stream is to actually help me as well, like a good practice for me to face my fear of being watched while drawing. Come on, let's be honest with each other. Are you, or have you also, when you go out and you draw outside or anywhere not at home, that you look for the spot, like in a cafe, and you make sure that it's the spot wherein no one will be able to take a peek at what you're drawing. That's me. That's me before I started streaming. So, streaming actually helped me gain a bit more confidence in just, not minding much if people do see me draw outside, because I do enjoy going out and just drawing outside from time to time. It's a change of scene, a refreshing one too. Ethereal, I am curious about Toon Squid now. Can you drag and drop layers like you can with Procreate Dreams? Okay, that's a very good question because I just experienced that, or I just did that lately. And the truth is, it's not perfect. If I'll be honest, Procreate Dreams drag and drop, that is the most like smooth drag and drop I've ever experienced. I did that with Toon Squid, and it's encountering some errors, especially if there's a lot of layers you're dropping. So like with the Jinx emote, wait, let me show you. Okay, like with the Jinx emote, this one, I remember that how many parts is this? Actually, this has a lot of layers in it. Yeah, that's quite a lot. You can see it, right? That there's a lot. I remember when I dragged and dropped this from Procreate to Toon Squid, it was only able to transfer, I think, around 5 to 6 layers, and the rest of it I had to do, I guess, again. I had to drag them, drag them again, either one by one or by twos. So it's not a perfect drag and drop, but it's worth the effort because Toon Squid is really fun to animate on. Hey, hello, I love watching your videos, but animation is so daunting. I haven't tried yet myself. Maybe one day. I'd also love to join a Discord if you open one. Yes, I'll get to it as soon as I can, because I do want to be able to, because it's a nice way to communicate as well in Discord, and also to prepare for like future sketching your characters or your OCs kind of stream. That would be fun. You struggle penning. I know that feeling. Oh, penning. Okay, now I know that feeling. I am a budding digital art. As I came from traditional water media, it's a struggle. Ethereal, I will I will bow down to your traditional water media because that is the one that I struggled with the most. Because a little background about me, I actually, my college days, we focused more on traditional. So watercolor hated me. Or at least we couldn't get along. I wanted us to get along, but we just couldn't. I wasn't a water bender, I guess. Vader sound. Skill block. Yes, that's so accurate too. Any tips for lighting or shading? Okay. My current lighting or shading is pretty it's not exactly following the proper like where the light is coming from. I don't really do that lately, just because like this, I just add highlights like at specific like areas. But if you look at this and this like doesn't necessarily go together if I'm creating like legit accurate lighting source. There's no lighting source for me. Sorry about that. And I think that's the reason why in terms of lighting, for me it's more of aesthetic rather than being I used to do that, by the way. I used to do the the right lighting. But a tip I can give at the very least that I used to do was follow reference. And the 3D stuff right now, wherein you can, I'm not sure because I haven't used one yet because I don't do it lately, but there are some, I think, apps or something that can help you. I don't know if Clip Studio has that, wherein you can put a light source and then it'll help you visualize the lighting of a certain angle. So I think you can start with reference first. That would give you a good idea in terms of lighting. Because for me, this is my lighting. See this? For me, as long as it looks good. I'm so sorry. I'm also new to digital art, coming from graphite charcoal, so shading anime style is a learning process right now. Yes. Ooh, graphite and charcoal, one of the most, I guess, I don't want to say dirty, but you know what I mean? Messy. There. I'll use messy instead. Because it is messier. But I did enjoy graphite though. Like graphite and charcoal. Better than watercolor. Watercolor was just... Watercolor didn't like me. Yes, the corner table in a cafe. Yeah, the corner table wherein you're not by the window, you're literally like on the very, like inside the cafe and the very, very corner. Like, I remember, here's the difference between when I started, before I started streaming and after. Before I started streaming, I would do that. I would go to the corner table because I didn't want people to see or take a peek at what I was drawing, because I freeze up. I would freeze up. I'm like, please don't look, please don't look. And then after I started streaming, I didn't care anymore. I was literally sitting at like center tables, you know, and people would just walk by. There was even one time during the holiday season where the only vacant spot was by the area wherein people were waiting for their drinks, and I didn't care. Like, that is how streaming helped me get comfortable. And there were actually sweet moments. There was a kid that went up to me as I was creating a bunny gift tuber. But at the time when he first took a peek, it was still me drawing the bunny. And then the next time he walked by, I was already animating it. And then he was like, "Whoa!" It was so cute. He was like, "Whoa, whoa! How'd that happen?" It was so adorable. I like those kinds of interactions. I think it's what makes art, you know, quite mesmerizing. Like, even as artists, aren't we mesmerized by fellow artists? And I love that feeling. You know, with the current issue about the AI Ghibli thing, I'm actually quiet when stuff like that happens. Well, quiet in a way wherein, you know, but I definitely express it differently than others. But yeah, I guess in a way I'm sad, but at the same time, I do feel that it emphasizes more about how it really lacks soul. That's the quietest corner, literally hiding. Yeah, actually, it's not really just the corner, just the areas wherein you know that no one will be able to go around you, like behind you, to see what you're doing. Those kinds of areas. Tutti Frutti, being watched while drawing is so scary. You are very brave. Yes, that's the reason why I started streaming, to help me, you know, be braver about it. That Jinx animation is awesome. Thank you. I actually feel like I was holding back with the movements of the with Jinx, because it's my first emote animation in Toon Squid. So I'm not really surprised that it's not as dynamic yet. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the result, because I learn a lot. And then that's the thing we sometimes forget to appreciate, that you know, the steps, the baby steps we take when we learn something, because we can be pretty unforgiving of ourselves. And that can cause, you know, cause us not to feel like making art is fun, because sometimes we are too hard on ourselves. We gotta be kind. Asian? I hope, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names. I hope that I'm pronouncing them right. I always like your art style as I do chibi for whenever I draw, but for me to feel heavy every time to begin to draw is how am I going to make chibi clothes and hair? Is it too big or too small? That's the thing. Something about chibis is that I think we should go about it in a way wherein it doesn't necessarily follow the proportion. So with stuff like that, for me, I do chibi three ways. Sometimes two head proportion. 2.5 is my go-to, and then sometimes I do the three heads. So it can vary, and I feel like it depends on what your vision is when it comes to the chibi, because that's sort of where it's gonna fall down to the proportion. So everything like from the clothes and hair. Like for example, I think I sketched something here. Let me look for that. Sorry for the messy canvas. Like this one. Okay, this one. This unfinished sketch. So for this one, this is actually three heads. If you look at it, like the big head, but and here you can see. So this is sort of a three head chibi for me. And it's still chibi if you look at it, right? I still have the same elements of the big head, big eyes, no nose. So it's really about just starting with the proportion and from there build it up slowly. The elements, like for example, look at this, like the hair and all that. This is a big hair, which I intended to. And for the body, it's a bit, I guess it's a little non-chibi-esque, but it also looks good, right? So that's the fun part of chibi, and that's why I also encourage that if a regular anatomy can be intimidating or you feel the same way as I do, go with chibi and try to eventually practice anatomy there. That's what I'm currently doing actually, because I've been feeling so rusty with my anatomy. To be honest, I walked out of cafes to go to a different one when there wasn't a hidden enough spot open. Oh yeah. Ooh, I know that feeling. I've done that. We all have those days. There's days where the water doesn't want to work with me. We're in a toxic relationship. Not the toxic relationship. But yeah. Yeah, I can remember that. Paint is just, like for especially for me, when I see traditional artists, I still bow down to them, like, oh my gosh, like how much is a canvas, like all those things. So if you think about it, there's really a lot of amazing things to appreciate in art, regardless of what medium you use. Nah. I think the recent version of CSP has that light help. Yeah, I think so too. I feel like I saw a reel that showed that feature. The lighting interface is so great. I wish Procreate had something like that. Yeah, actually, there are other tools because I initially drew in Photoshop. So to go from Photoshop to Procreate, it's definitely a, what do you call this? Like wait, I can't find the words. How did I use to describe that? Like a culture shock, something like that. But I do have to admit, the reason why I love Procreate and I prefer it in terms of all drawing apps on the iPad is because of the brush settings and capabilities, because I actually love making my own brushes. It's like a hobby, and it's just easier. Like when I go back to Photoshop and see how you make brushes there, I still get confused. So that's one of the reasons why I still gravitate towards Procreate when it comes to drawing tools. But I do love exploring other apps too. Like especially Fresco. Fresco is already free. Like whoa. That's an awesome app to have. It also reminded me of Photoshop because you know, Adobe. So the similarities. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, I'm putting this is a multiply layer for the shadows. Okay, so I usually go with a purple tint at first, and then I would use hue and saturation to see which would work well with both colors. So like that. So from there, I just take a pick on what I see works well for both, just in case, you know, like I'm feeling lazy. No, I'm trying not to be too detailed with emotes, considering this is gonna be really small. So I don't want to overthink the rendering, because I tend to do that. It's a bad habit of mine. I get too ambitious sometimes. But it's okay. It's part of the creative process. I'm making emotes right now, so I noticed that little details get unnoticed. So I either make the details more exaggerated or not take up time to even make little details. Yeah, good for you. I'm so guilty. I'm guilty of getting too caught up. Although, just in case, I mentioned this once in one of my YouTube videos. I actually make, like, specifically like these emotes quite big, like printable quality, because why not have it like multi-purpose. I can make stickers out of these, so in a way it's like two birds one stone, something like that. So just in case you're wondering, like, why are your emotes so big inside? Because I intend to make stickers of them. Work smart, not hard. Or at least on this part, I'm probably not working as smart, since I'm being too OC with the details. That's a great idea. I think slowly progressing as you get more comfortable. 3 to 5, then 7. Yes. That's what I'm doing, actually. Because I'm the kind of artist that just... I don't know, like... Well, I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but sometimes I overthink too much, like some of the learning process, even though technically I'm learning, so I shouldn't be doing too much of that. Alright, enough of that. It is fun though. It is fun to put shadows on this. The gloves. Okay. Oops. Let's just cover. I'm not gonna render this thing, the shadow below anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I can do this. At least for this part. Oh, by the way, I actually just drew one fist and then I flipped it and I just distorted the other one. Just so that it's not too similar looking asymmetrically. Yes, I'm sharing with you guys my secrets. It's all out in the open, in the VOD. Because I know that work smart, not hard. It's okay, said my name correctly. Thank you. It's also frustrating my chibi have a little or too much pattern and accessories on it. And if I give it too much detail or too little details. That's the thing. I also tend to do that. It depends. But it's like I sometimes when I see a detailed character, like for example for a commission, I'm so tempted to get all the details. Like, okay, let's talk about the, Genshin, the very famous for its detailed character design, and at times you just can't help but want to put the details. But I see with other artists too that they just really take in the most significant and the ones that stand out, and I'm trying to learn from that, because if you think about it, like for example with emotes, you don't really need to take all the details of the character because you'll barely see it. And I think it really depends on what you're drawing. So if it's a really detailed illustration of the character, yeah, you can go all out with the details. But if it's, for example, a chibi, I think we can, we can reduce some of them. Kochi TV, do you sell your own brushes? Yes, I do. I currently have 3 brush packs, and this is one of them. This is the smooth pack. This is literally, well, as defined, smooth. So all of these are like not non-textured, but I also have like my essentials that have the, oh, wait a minute, sorry. Just randomly, okay. Oh, wait, no, that's the freebie. There, do you see? Like textured. And I have a new one, which is the manga. This is the one I've been using a lot because sketching with these is so fun. The textures are new for me as well as when I made them. So I tend to use those for sketching lately. OMG emote keychains. Exactly. That's why if you're gonna create emotes, make them printable, so that you're already having multiple versions of the single illustration. Yes, I make one that looks good as art and then duplicate as emote with less detail or exaggerated details. Yes. Do you think you'd open commissions in the future? Apologies if you mentioned it. Just curious. I actually have it semi-open. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't say it like that. Okay, waitlist. There we go. Waitlist. I think that would be the best way to describe it. Sorry about that. It's in waitlist status. Because I actually just opened a new YCH emote. So I do have... Oh, wait a minute. Let me close the notifications. For 1 hour? I don't know. Do not disturb. By the way, for those who have like do not disturb feature, I'm not sure with Android. Let me know if you have your own version of do not disturb. Have you ever encountered wherein you forgot to turn that off and then you get bombarded with a lot of notifications and you're like, oh my gosh, you haven't responded to any of them? I tend to do that. I tend to forget. Okay, so I'm doing the highlight for this one. I already found the color that I like, and I just literally like just scribbled like the areas and stuff. But I feel like it's too light. All right, let me tone that down a bit. I'm using hue saturation here. Oh, wrong layer. Sorry. Okay, tone it down. Desat a bit, desat. But I do want the purplish tone. Because I think it would stand out. Like, look at this. We're previewing the emote like this size. Maybe it is better to make it lighter. Because when it's small, it's more distinct. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this instead. I didn't change much. Okay, so usually for highlights, another thing that I do sorry, is I would just put like for the area, and then from here I'm gonna erase the excess parts of the part that I don't want the light to be touching, I guess. This method works for me, but of course it really depends on what works for you. I saw this from Artgerm, if you're familiar with his amazing works for DC and Marvel. I watched one of his YouTube videos because he does share his process, his real-time process, and it's mind-blowing. And I saw that his technique for lighting is usually to erase, and even for shadows, he would go with and erase parts of the shadow. Wait a minute, I think I prefer this way. You are all witnessing me being unnecessarily detailed again. Like, why do emotes have highlights? No! I usually don't put too much highlights on emotes. I only put it on hair. I think it's because of Arcane, you know? I just love the series so much. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm getting ambitious as a fan. Also, that shading tip is so useful. I was shading using actual color and on multiple separate layers. I do that too, Joyce. Let me show. Let me hide the fist first. Okay, for the hair and all these parts, these are actually in their own individual layers. There's no multiply here. I just color picked the base color, the shadow, and the highlight. They're not blend, like I didn't set up the blend mode for any of these. Because usually it's the quickest way, especially since I'm still animating this. I'm trying to find ways to shorten my drawing process because, as we all know, I have another process, which is the animation. So I'm trying not to. Now that I remember that, let me get through this quickly. Remind myself that I'm still animating this, okay? Okay, Ange, you're still animating, so relax. Go easy. Okay, so let's just erase, delete. Mm-hmm. I was initially thinking of like doing gesture drawing to warm up because I was supposed to stream this morning, but I didn't get up to, like, I was too lazy to get up. I was doom scrolling, okay? That's it. I confess. I was doom scrolling in bed. My discipline is currently non-existent, so I'm still finding it. There we go. I'm actually the other way around. I do semi-realism manga style portraits and struggle with chibi because proportions are completely different. Yes, actually, oh wait. Yeah, I have met some that do have difficulty. I actually... Oh, wait, sorry, I just recalled. When I used to do semi-realism, I remember when I started streaming and I was gonna make emotes, my emotes ended up like semi-realistic style. And that's the moment when I thought to myself, I think I should go back to anime style because this does not look good as an emote. Because I literally just like the same style with the render texture and everything, and I made it an emote, and it didn't fit. It didn't fit the aesthetic, and I was like, I think I have to go back to my anime style to make this work or make this look better. And I did struggle. It's one of the reasons why when I got back to doing anime style, I actually did chibi first, or I studied how to draw chibis first, because I needed to get used to like the style of anime, and it was just gonna be easier for me to do that if I did it in chibi. Oopsie, I deleted the wrong area. All right, we can do that. Oh, okay, okay. I will let go. That's how what I usually tell myself. Like, Ange, let it go. Let it go. That's enough. That's enough rendering. Come on. Okay, and this is the nerve. Wait. I'm gonna put a... Oh, just in case. If you guys are wondering how to put an outline, some of like other artists have shared their process how to do this. So just in case you're curious how I do mine, I just duplicate this and make sure it's not alpha locked so that you can do Gaussian blur. So oh, wait a minute, let's turn this black first so that we can see it better. There. Then go to adjustments, Gaussian blur, and just possibly, like, I think this is a good level of thickness. So this 7%. Oh wait, there, 7. And then create a layer on top or below, doesn't matter. And the blurred version, you turn that into your reference. Go back to the empty layer and drag the color of the outline. Oops, sorry. And then from... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. What happened? Sorry. Procreate glitch? Okay, then you just slowly... Oh, the threshold. Wait a minute. Okay, there. Sorry about that. Okay, there. And then you just adjust the threshold on how thick you want it to be. Usually what others do is that they would still clean this because it's always gonna end up jagged. But since it's an emote, it's gonna be super small. I don't do that anymore. I don't feel like it's necessary. Or sometimes you can even just blur the edge a bit like that. See? Work smart, not hard. I think that's my quote for today's stream. I keep saying it. Should we go with black outline or white? I think white looks good too. Yeah, you can see it better. We'll go with the white outline. So I'll just make a group for this. We're gonna name this Nerve. Okay, didn't get my handwriting. There. Okay, let's see. Wait, I'm gonna go back to chat. I zoned out a bit there. Ellie Bunny, hi, new subscriber from IG. What camera are you using for this stream? I haven't said it yet. I'm using my iPhone. Sorry, it's a new, because I'm streaming on Mac, guys. I don't have a PC. I'm streaming on my MacBook laptop, and they have this new feature wherein you can use your phone as a webcam, and I'm so happy because when I was setting up the stream the other day, I was using my Logitech and it was laggy, and the focus, like, it kept changing. I didn't know how to set it up properly, and then I updated my Mac OS, and then it had this feature, and so look at this, it's so sharp. Isn't it cool? I can create a reel from the stream. So yeah, I'm really happy with stuff like that because, you know, it does help you, it does make things convenient, you know, at least when it comes to quality as well, it delivers. So yeah, I'm using my iPhone. This is my 11, yeah, because I love taking care of my phone so that it lasts me for as long as I hope they would. And I don't remember, when was this released? 2019, I think, the 11, and it's still great. So that's what I'm using. Sorry about that, I just got geeky for a moment there. And yes, before any of you accuse me of being an Apple girl, like, what can I do? What can I do? I love Android. By the way, I was a Samsung Android user for a long time, and then, you know, when you own an iPad, you just get sucked into the world, or the rabbit hole that is the Apple ecosystem. Because the thing is, I love Android, but you guys have to admit, for those that are Android, isn't it frustrating how no matter how powerful the tablets are, the apps are quite lacking. At least for the animation. The drawing apps are great, by the way. My favorite drawing app in Android is Ibis Paint and a new one, High Paint. But I gotta admit, the animation app, I think the one that's available there is, ooh, it's there somewhere. I can't. My head is lagging. It's lagging. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. A Light Motion. There we go. I got it. A Light Motion is the one that's available, but it's a weekly sub. The last time I checked, and I'm like, I can't subscribe to something weekly. That is my pocket. So yeah, I love Android, but I really hope. Oh, Calipeg though. Calipeg is actually refining. They're in beta right now, so I'm really excited to, you know, do some Calipeg animations on Android once it's full like release. Oh, I need to get this. So, my phone is always on do not disturb. I just check once every few hours. Yeah, I need to do that. Sometimes I forget to check at all. I had Enzra. I had a moment where I had do not disturb on and freaked out when I realized I had missed calls from my mom. Not that. Oh, oh, good luck getting home. Not the missed calls from parents. Ooh, I miss my parents, by the way. It's one of my, I mean, I rarely get missed calls from them just because they're like priority. They have their own ringtones on my phone before, because I would like, I need to answer this one, I can't ignore this. Ali T, how do you preview emotes in Procreate while drawing? Let's see. Oh, look, it's Caitlin. Okay, this is what I do. Go to actions and then page assist, and you will see here. Let me take out my iPad. Okay, look at this. See this? This is a good preview of an emote. That's a good preview of an emote. I mean, technically it's not that small all the time, but it's actually really good just to see them together, especially when you're rendering multiple emotes in one canvas. So look at this. It's gonna switch. You're gonna switch between them. Oh, look at Echo. So there. Page assist is a really good feature for previewing emotes like this. There. That's how I view them, but that's also how I export them actually. Because you can export them simultaneously using the page assist. Because page assist is generally for those that are creating comics or maybe what do you call this? Like zines or zine. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the pronunciation. Sorry about that. Miyoka, hello. Hi, Miyoka. Details for the physical merch. Actually don't have one yet. I'll let you know, because I do need to start making them. Highlights help to read the emotes better because of the high contrast, in my opinion. Yeah, actually. The white, like look at that. Look how distinct that nerve is. Like you can see that Vi's angry all the way up to this. Come on. It does, you're right about the contrast, because since her overall color is a bit darker, it's nice to have the outline. It's gonna pop more. Tutti Frutti, where can I find your commission waitlist info if you have one? DM? You can DM me. so that we can talk about it. And because I have my own queue. I don't usually put waitlist yet on VGen or VGen. Actually, VGen is the one that has waitlist. I don't put one there yet since I'm still trying to understand how VGen works. It's a bit of a it takes a little learning curve. There's a lot of tools in it that are really useful. I just need to learn how to use them. Kira the Silly. I hope I said that right. Hi! Asia, it's kind of hard to focus on making chibi. Wait, let me see. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Sorry about that. I'm making chibi when you're a perfectionist on little details. It is. I relate to that. The perfectionist part. Yeah. That's why I try to make my sketches messier to just shake it off. It takes me a while to get loose when sketching because it's like my perfectionist, or at least my overthinking, gets ahead of my hands, you know? Like it dictates what it's supposed to do, even though technically you should just let your hand glide. With being used to realism portraits to chibi emo style, my shading was too soft and needed to like straight up line shadows. Exactly, look at this. I actually made brush specifically that would allow me to just make cell shading simpler. Digital painting with Mark. It would be nice if Procreate had built-in effects, drop shadow, etc. Yes, that's one of the features that I honestly pray for, that Procreate eventually adds to their app. Not only that, even the basic stuff, like you can't clip a layer to a group. Like that is so helpful, by the way. I use that a lot. Ibis Paint can do that. Well, technically Ibis Paint can do a lot of things that Procreate can't, but just those kinds of features are missed a lot. Well, if you don't mind, could you share your canvas sizes whenever you make an emote and other stuff if you're okay with that? Because I think I kind of like your idea of making it big so you can make a merge. My emotes are 1000 pixel minimum and 1500 for the animated ones. Just because I need to make sure that since I'm gonna be warping the layers in the animation process, I want to make sure that it's still high res. You can still go way up though if you want, but that's my comfort zone when it comes to emotes. For commissions though, it's a different size. For me, I go 500 just because I don't own it. I don't own the emotes, so I don't necessarily have to make it merch quality. So yeah, for my commission emotes, 500 to 1000, depends. If it's animated, it's 1000. If it's not, 500. But for my own stuff, it's gonna be ranging from 1000 to 2000 pixels. So I'm done with oh wait, I do wanna saturate the gloves a bit, just because I want it to pop, soften the shadows a bit. I'm trying to decide if I'm still gonna color the lines, because I feel like they're not noticeable if you look at it. Like even in this size, I don't think the black outline is too off, I guess. I guess just for this part, just for the yellow, we can color this. Yeah, I'll just color this part of the line art. Just the ones that have yellow. And before you say that, Ange, they won't even see that. Why do you need to color it? Merch. think merch. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay. I hope I'm not zooming in and out too much, because I know it can be distracting or dizzying. Okay, let's see. Have you drawn Bleach characters? Stephanie, not yet. There's a lot, Okay, actually have a lot of emotes that I wanna draw. My fellow 90s anime fanatics, if you're familiar with this, I'm giving you a glimpse of the sketch of one of my favorite 90s anime, Yu Yu Hakusho, Ghost Fighter in English. I'm in nostalgia mode. So I'm making emotes of them. They're one of the, I guess, well, technically I should be finishing them after Arcane, just because I don't want to leave them whip. Digital painting with Mark. Mark, by the way, your art, it's a masterpiece. I'm weak with backgrounds, but you make me wanna try the lasso technique. Logitech webcams are terrible. I threw mine in the bin the other day. No! I would probably sell mine. Now that the iPhone can be used for streaming or as a webcam, yeah, I'm selling mine. Joyce, I didn't know you can have a little preview on the side. I kept zooming out to see. Yes, you can. It's right here. Just turn on reference. Because the reference feature is not only for, literally reference, like image reference, but you can just have it as a small navigation. I think that's what it's called in other programs. See? I got sucked into Apple once I bought my iPad Pro. I ended up with iPhone, Mac Studio, MacBook, iPad Air. I don't have a Mac Studio yet, but yes. The new addition to my Apple family is the iPad mini. Just because I really wanted a portable one, because I've been carrying the 12.9 for more than 3 years now whenever I go out. So even though I don't really mind it, but one of the reasons why I got the mini is because my iPad M1, oh, by the way, I'm using an M1 from 2021. It still works great, but it is showing some wear and tear, I guess. There's like a yellow thing at the edge. I did read about it, and it says that it's just what happens in the long run because of heat and all that. So my iPad is not getting a decent rest since I do everything in it. So with the mini, it's a good support. I don't like the Android pens nearly as much as the Apple Pencil. The Apple Pencil is game changing. I've used a Cintiq before from Wacom, and it's also a great experience, but there's just something about the Apple Pencil. It's really hard to describe because it's a feeling. Stephanie, have you tried Clip Studio Paint? Yes, I actually just bought the 4.0 of Clip Studio Paint because I have a collaboration with a pen display, and I've been really wanting to go back to Clip Studio in terms of desktop. I'm still going with Procreate because the iPad version of Clip Studio is subscription, and I don't wanna subscribe yet. So I'm only gonna use Clip Studio for desktop. Because something that I haven't shared yet, I used to draw in Manga Studio, which was the former name of Clip Studio, which is why it's very familiar to me as well. Besides, I love the brushes. I love good brushes, like good selection. And Clip Studio has tons of that. Ethereal, yeah, I'm stuck in the Apple ecosystem now. I came from Samsung as well. Fist bump. But once the iPad came, so did the iPhone and later MacBook. Oh my gosh. They know what they're doing. I mean, let's face it. Apple knows what they're doing when it comes to the ecosystem. Ali T, gotcha Yi. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. And thank you for joining me on stream. Zines are most likely pronounced the same as magazines. Yeah, actually, that's why I wasn't certain. I was like zine, zine, but yeah, it is zine. Thank you for at least clarifying that for me because I wasn't sure. I think it is a shorter version for magazines. That's why if you think about it, though, I mean, zines, zines, it's a good explanation. Are you using PNG Tuber now? It looks so smooth. It's GIF Tuber. I use GIF instead. I use VideoTube. VideoTube allows you to use GIFs as your images instead of PNG. I actually have other toggles. Let me see. Let's go with this one. There we go. See, I have just this talking toggle. I even have like expressions. But when I'm drawing, I just go with the drawing like tablet toggle. I'm still waiting for them to allow us to sort out our brush library and palette library. Mine is a hot mess. I don't actually have a palette library. Just because I feel like mine would be messy too. Okay, so this is done. This is done. The face is not yet done. Alright, keeping the face simple just because it's gonna be animated separately, so I gotta make sure that I don't over render it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just gonna color. I keep the eye detail like really simple. I just add a little red at the center to just give it a, as they explain it, like just blend it with the flesh or skin tone. Avocado cat, how do you do that? Which one? Do you mean the oh, alpha lock the liner and draw on that layer? Oh, thank you. Thank you for answering that. Ghost Fighter OMG Slam Dunk when? Ah, don't do this to me. My favorites. Why would you mention them? Slam Dunk is still something I watch even up till now. I'm so happy that it's sort of I've seen reactors start watching Slam Dunk and I'm like, ooh, you're in for a ride. I just love that anime so much. It's like, if you're feeling down, watch Slam Dunk. It's gonna get you out pretty quick. Have you heard about Interstellar 555, the music anime movie by Daft Punk? I know Daft Punk, but I'm not aware yet of that Interstellar 555. I will take note of that since I do love exploring music, especially recommended ones. Okay, what else? Oh, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering, the eyes, look at this, they're separate. Because later I'm gonna clip them in what do you call this, in Toon Squid. Although I can also just not do that. Like, not be too ambitious about it. Let me check the eye color. I didn't even realize that Vi had this, like, had such a light blue color to her eyes. I didn't notice that in the animation. Well, I suppose it because it's rather the scenes there are rather dark, so I guess it's not that noticeable. It's so pretty. Yes, latte. Latte's right here, right now. Right here, right now. Right beside me, right now. Yes, the mini is super helpful, although I still use my iPad Pro most of the time, but the mini is a great portable digital sketchbook. It is. And just really light for the shoulders. Like, let's face it, the weight is so significant. By I'm not sure if you've felt this. Well, you guys, you have an iPhone. I'm surprised at how the iPad Mini is lighter than the Pro Max iPhone. Like, have you noticed that? It's actually way lighter. That blew my mind. Hera, I went oh, wait. Hera, I hope I'm mentioning your name right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to, you know, dictate it the right way. I went the opposite way. I had my iPad Mini 6 but wanted something more powerful for bigger projects, so I got the M4 and it's really nice, but I still love my Mini. They're actually complementary to each other. It's perfect. I just it's my first time ever owning two iPads. I never really justified it before to have both, but then I realized how helpful it actually is, especially if you do everything or like everything in one device. It can be taxing on the tech. Tsum Tsum, this is so cute. I love your art style and I'm trying to learn art and Procreate by following your tutorials. Thank you, Tsum Tsum, and I'm happy. It means a lot when it helps in any way. Azian, have you thought on making a class art? Would really love to learn how you do your art, get inspiration, handling commission, like knowing a good customer and bad ones so not to get scammed. Ah, yeah. For now, I do. Okay. So, just a quick tip when it comes to like scammy commissioners. The ones that tell you how much, like the ones that propose how much they're gonna pay you, those are already red flags. Unfortunately, as appealing as what they say, like the amount they say is, it's a scam. Just by the base of it, because the professional way, and I think this is common for even for those that commission artists, that they would ask you first for your rate. So for example, if you give your rate and then they give you like this higher amount that's not your rate, it means that they never read your rates at all. So I think that in itself can be a red flag. Because if you think about it, why would they throw that much amount on you if this is what you're asking for? Like, this is enough. This is your rate as per your computation. Like, why would they go off there? Because here's the thing about those that give more. Usually they would do that after. So for example, if they see your rate and they're like, okay, I like that. Let's work together, and then the commission happens, and when they want to give more, they would do it post commission when they've already got it. That's usually where tips and just extra appreciation for the effort you put into the art. That's how it happens. So for those that just throw the great appealing amount to you despite you showing your rates, that can be a red flag. Most people that I've seen that would do that, like negotiate, like giving you higher, those are usually like collabs. Like for example, people that have certain budgets for like I guess collaborating with you or something like that. Those are the ones that can negotiate for to give you higher, just because it's the professional thing to do. So that would be my tip when it comes to the bad ones. Like logistically, it's just weird that they would say those things. I actually get a lot of that from TikTok. they're gonna ask me like, are you open for commissions and all that, and they would be like, can you draw this, I give you this, and I'm like, shoo. I don't have time for your scammy behavior. Thank you for the stream. It's been fun to watch. I hope you do more. I definitely will. And I look forward to seeing you again in my stream. And have a good evening. Yeah. Have a good rest as well. You said my name right. I'm glad. Ethereal. Also, I wanted to make my bag smaller with my new 13-inch, making me buy bigger bags just to fit in. That's the... Oh my gosh. I know that feeling. When I got the iPad Pro, my minimum requirement for new bags is that it would fit it. And when I got the mini, it's so fun because it's like, nah, I don't need that big. Like something smaller, compact. And that's how I've been buying my bags lately. They're so small that it's like people get surprised. The ones that I hang out with, they're surprised that I actually have an iPad with me, because you know, some people forget how small the mini is. Oh, a pre-recorded Procreate animation class for me would be awesome. I would love to do that. Vertakin, OMG, hello, your art is so adorable. Glad to see you're streaming again. Yes, I'm trying to get the feel of it back again. I have to admit, this has been delayed for so long. I'm just glad I did it already, because I intended to do this in January, but if you've watched my YouTube video, I did mention there that I struggled to get started with the year. Like, I only really started like drawing more consistently around March. My February and January was like, I don't know what was happening with me. It wasn't burnout, guys, just FYI. I know if I'm burned out, so it wasn't. I felt like it was just maybe a identity crisis as an artist. Because I was getting rather ambitious, but the ambition was getting to me. Like, it was making me feel like I wasn't... Oh, what's the word for it? It was more than I can handle, something like that. Which was unhealthy. But I'm pretty happy that I'm slowly getting it back. So I'm here. And thank you as well for being here with me and being patient. I think I would go with, let me see, go back to my reference. Nope. We're gonna keep it like that. I'm just gonna color the line art there like this. Just keeping it simple. Remember, it's an emote. Just keep it simple. No pressure. It does look better when it's simpler. I've been loving your videos. It's been helpful for me as an artist too. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's honestly my I don't think I've mentioned this in a video yet, but one of the reasons why I actually got back to YouTube was because I've been receiving, of course, comments in my reels, and it's difficult to answer questions, especially regarding like animation and stuff, without rushing it in short form. And I thought to myself, hey, I have a channel, why don't I just try to like not necessarily revive it. I didn't even think of reviving it. I was just thinking that I wanted to answer it better, the questions here in YouTube, just so that it's something that's actually helpful, because I felt that if I rushed it in reels, it might be too difficult to understand. So that's why I'm here. I'm here on YouTube. Because I wanted to answer properly. That's the motivation. And I'm so happy I did do it because, wow, this has been an unexpected development in my channel. And I'm so grateful. Okay, wait a minute. Just checking all of the parts. I think I can actually combine the eyes and the white part of the eyes in the animation. I don't necessarily have to move the... I don't have to move the eyes around the white area. Wait, let's make this darker. Darker. Sorry. Not a surprise, but there. It's just more distinct. You can see the shape of the eye. Saru, yo. Yo. Welcome. Azian, yes, sometimes it's hard to get the line on inspiration or just being told you copy someone's art from post, color, even the art that it's kind of sad and a little scary sometimes. Yeah. Because, you know, at this point, we all get inspired. Like, for example, when you see another artist like draw, you just get this desire to draw as well. There's that I guess that kind of effect. Wait, I'm checking my stream. It's telling me that I'm delayed. Please use a keyframe frequency. I can understand. Sorry. What is this, YouTube? What are you telling me? Well, do let me know if it's good. I guess there may be a little lag probably. I'm not really sure yet, but I just hope that it's still easily watchable. That's my main like goal at the very least with the stream. Because as I mentioned, expect scuff. Vertakeen, that makes sense. I feel like YouTube is also just easier to navigate and access for a lot of people. Yes. Personally for me, I just YouTube is my TV now. Like it's like everything is here. I watch true crime videos, I watch documentaries even, and just even like sometimes when I'm like into like history and stuff. And I remember watching like documentaries on sharks and I'm like, girl, what's going on? It's so random. Yes, I'm random. I have a diverse set of interests that takes me from different one video to another. I have my moments. And yes, I also have a fear of the deep ocean just because of my own tendencies to watch like videos like sharks and stuff, or like undersea stuff. Yeah. Ethereal, yeah, it's hard to share art now without being... Ooh, what is that? Oh wait, this is the apple thing. That surprised me. What was that? But it was so pretty. My gosh, the edge, that was pretty though. The light for the apple. What's this AI thing? I think I haven't used that yet. Yeah, it's hard to share art now without being accused of copying something or that it's done with AI. It's so tiring. I actually feel the most bad for those that have very detailed rendering and painterly, because they tend to be the most accused. So now they just have to, by default, just record or document their own process. So it's sad how that's happening. I think the reason why personally I don't feel as much worry when it comes to AI, at least for me, because my style is rather, it's, it's pretty simple and all that. And I tend to animate it. So, in a lot of ways, it's just, I just like sharing my process and all that. But just in case, guys, for my fellow artists, let's just keep our raw files, just it's for our own as well, it's for our own sakes to just have it handy. Stream's good. YouTube's been drinking again, I guess. I think so. I have an error here that I don't understand. It's my first time because I used to stream in Twitch. I only streamed in YouTube twice, I think. Because I remember when I first streamed, I intended to stream on YouTube because I already had a channel. But I did get to meet some fellow art streamers that told me, hey, why don't you try Twitch? It is fun though, because there are, channel points and all those things, so it's really fun. I'm actually going to explore the possibility of, what do you call that? The streaming in both platforms. I'm not sure of the current rules. It's been 3 years, so I think you can multi-stream now. So I'll check that out though. Even though I don't know that person, but sometimes it's hard to get a true art style with so many people who get inspiration from everyone, because that's how this works in my opinion. Yeah, it's sort of building your own style as inspired by multiple styles. Sort of a Frankenstein, but the good kind of Frankenstein. Apple Intelligence, yes, thank you. Oh yeah, Apple Intelligence AI. Oh, that's an easy name for them. Yeah, I just share my art now alongside with the process because my artwork is painterly watercolor brushes, so it stops the nonsense and questioning. Exactly. Like, you don't really have to share everything. Because I remember when I posted something on, this was in TikTok, and there was someone who commented and said AI, like, like they were asking if it was made by AI. And then someone responded that, have you seen any of our other videos? Like, they're talking about my videos. And in a way, it helps that you're someone that shares your process from time to time, because it does give a level of a what's the term for it, credibility, there we go, that you're used to, there we go, you're used to sharing your process. So yeah, if you think about it though, it does like cover multiple bases if you share some of your process, and also keep your raw files. You just have a lot of proof, I suppose, on hand. Which, by the way, it does suck that we have to be like that now. Let's just call it a archive. Let's just think of it as we're just archiving our works. I'm just coloring the line art now of the other layers. Wait, let me... Oh, by the way, look at this. These are the layers. The separate parts. Ah, look at that! This is what... Is this what Vi would look like without her? Without her other part of the hair? I'm so sorry. I'm revealing this because it's just the process of layer separation for animation. It's so funny. Latte is currently behind me playing by herself. If there's one thing I know about this girl, she knows how to entertain herself when I'm busy. Speaking of Latte, I sort of want to create my emotes for stream based off of her. Hehehe. I think it would be cute for her to be my emotes, emote you can use. Oh, if you've noticed though, I don't have my membership on because the truth is I don't know how to use it yet. So I'm still coming up with some possible ideas. Do let me know if you have some suggestions. I just realized that I haven't rendered the red part of the clothes yet because it has a checkered. Is it like that? It does have like this checkered pattern. So right, I'm just gonna finish coloring the other parts of the hair, and then we're gonna get to the final area, which is the clothes. I think this is just the part of making animated emotes that's funny. Is the layer separation. You're not a bad thing. My 2 German shepherds are incapable of entertaining themselves, so I have no peace. My friend has a husky as well, so yeah, gotta tire them out, you know? Entertain them yourself. Although sometimes Latte does sit on my lap when I draw, and I'm trying to find a good position because sometimes she's covering my tablet and I'm like, Latte, I can't draw anything. She's spoiled, but worth it. Technically, I don't really color line art like this with the airbrush, but I'm in the mood to add a little gradient. Because sometimes with GIF export, sometimes gradients might look jagged if you export them as GIFs. So do take note of that. And that's also the reason why I try to keep my rendering solid and flat, like regards to this. Like I don't do much gradient, like big chunks of it in flat colors, because when you export them to GIFs, sometimes they would look jagged, like separate lines. Just something I've noticed. Do you have any merch to sell? Would love to see. And where do you put your brush to sell at? I really want to buy and see other digital things you sell too. Teehee. At the moment, wait, I just realized I haven't typed on chat. For the moment, my stream stuff is on Etsy and Coffee for the moment, because I'm still trying to figure out the other places that I can excuse me, I can upload them at. Okay, so just a minute, let me. For the brush pack, it's currently in Coffee for now, just Coffee. Okay, oops, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that once I entered, it was gonna send. I was gonna combine it with Coffee, the Coffee link. Okay, just a minute. I really gotta. I really gotta get my. I forgot the term. What do you call that? The automatic response thing. I gotta set that up again. It's been so long. Okay, but it's okay. So far, I think our stream is pretty chill. You know, that's the goal. So these are my current shops in terms of digital. As for merch, not yet. I don't have one yet, but I am planning this year. I'm actually doing a giveaway because I want to check the international shipping. So expect that. Expect the giveaway. Automated, you mean the bots? Yes. The one with the exclamation point. Oh, wait, is it? Yeah, the one with the I forgot what they're called. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you haven't streamed in years. I forgot what they're called. Ah. Oh my goodness. I knew I should have talked to my streamer friends first before I started the stream. Now I don't remember the the terms. It's okay. I'll learn. I'll learn. Or mods. I think part of it is mods, but I don't remember what they're called. Let's Google. What are... Oh, look at the hairstyle. What? In commands. There we go. The chat commands. Do they work here? I think, yeah, they do. They do. Because I've seen it on other people's streams. It's the chat command. There we go. I just Googled it. Yeah. I'm not sure if they work in YouTube, but I have seen some. I do need to learn more about YouTube stream because I don't have as much experience as compared to Twitch. Aesthetic girl artist, hi! Welcome! Oh, by the way, for those who just came in, do let me know. Of course, those that are, lurking, no problem. Just do what you're doing right now, no problem. But for those in chat that I haven't asked this yet, let me know, like, what time is it where you're at? I would love to know. Because I'm still figuring out my stream time. Wait, why is my gift-tuber... What's with this expression? Okay, there. I think we can go with that. Just a blush. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Wait. My music turned to Lo-Fi Girl. I'm gonna get copyrighted. I hope I won't. Eee! I'm nervous. I mean, I suppose it's okay to mute it. Oh my gosh, I'm going for 2 hours. My goal for this stream was supposed to be just 1.5. This is too fun. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too as well. 11:22. Wait, PM? Because I want to make sure it's not military time. Because it's the same time for me. I guess we can finish the stream by probably like Cinderella hour. So let's speed run. Speed run. Wait. Oh wait. Cause I'm sort of... Wait. This is done. This is done. This is done. Wait. Is this done? Oh yeah. This is done. Although I do feel like I should put Vice tattoo in a different area. Excuse me. Oh yeah, guys, let's hydrate. It's 6 p.m. Okay. ASEAN, Indonesia. I haven't been. I want to though. Part of my bucket list. 9:22 a.m. Good morning, good evening, and good morning, everyone. I'm actually going to try. Oh, please, everyone, hydrate with me. I don't have a hydrate gift tuber, but I suppose I can make one. It's going to be easy to catch you on stream because we are in the same time zone. Sending support from Malaysia. Haha. Another country that... Oh, wait, I have been. Yeah. But only for a short while, though. No, hoping you stream in YouTube often. I don't use Twitch that much. It's okay, Berna. It's definitely gonna be YouTube. And the reason for that is because I want to keep the VOD. You know, as fun as it was streaming on Twitch, I gotta admit, losing the VOD, or at least I was downloading my own VOD separately, it was pretty tedious. And it's pretty disappointing when I can't back up all of them. Because they're pretty nice to have. Because the interactions are really fun. So it's definitely expect YouTube, because I want to keep this in the channel. Besides, won't it be cool wherein you can see like a progression, like real time, literally a progression of how you're drawing or even like eventually animating. I think that's the part as well that I love when it comes to sharing my art, regardless if I feel confident about it or not. It's more so for me first, and then second for those that can help inspire others, like you guys. If in any way I can inspire you or get you like to create or something, that's the reason why I'm here, and why I wanna, I guess, leave these kinds of videos in my channel. It's like a diary of sorts, you know? Saru, I'm gonna set up my drawing tools as well. Gonna listen to the stream muna. Let's go. Actually wonder if there's like ASMR sound here. Oops. Okay, so we're good with this one. And yeah, alright. It's the clothes now. With the pace I'm going, I think we can probably do a light, like, starting point of my animation. I'll be using Toon Squid, okay? Because I already did Jinx there, so I do want a consistent type of animation style. And I feel like if I do it on Dreams, it might look different or feel different from the one I did of Jinx. I'm just gonna do Vice checker, like clothes pattern. This one. Oops. I'm actually considering of just randomly not, you know. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, the music's like making it. Another thing though, looking for stream music, I was like, I gotta make sure I don't get copyrighted. Oh, I have been wanting to ask, are you using a paper-like screen protector? It makes great ASMR. Yes, I currently am. They were kind enough to send some over because I used to use paper-like and then I stopped for a while because the nibs got worn out pretty quickly. And they do admit that. They did say that. Because, you know, the experience-wise is still worth it. So I took a break from paper-like and then I used one of my favorites, still my favorite, ceramic matte And the reason why I love the ceramic mat is because it's actually as thick as a tempered glass, but the texture is smooth matte. So I do love the extra protection that ceramic gives my iPad, but I have to admit, I did miss the paper like sound. So yeah, I'm back to paper like for now. Azia, oh, maybe you could do a doodle together stream. It'll be pretty fun, and maybe if your Discord is ready, you can have the community to share and show the art or their process with their art. Yes. Oh, my alarm. Sorry about that. I hope it didn't surprise you guys. Um, right. I do want to do that. I think I have that on my Discord right now, but I do want to update it. Like that, I want to refresh the server. Aesthetic or artist? iPad or display tablet? Which one is better? I'm thinking of buying one of them. Portability, iPad, and with regards to what I create, I do everything on my iPad. So if that's something you want to be able to do as well, like for example, you don't have a PC, or maybe even if you do, it's not something you wanna, you don't wanna like be just creating art at home, something like that. It really depends on the frequency of how much you want to create, because it's definitely easier if it's portable. But I do have a huge preference for iPad because of its apps and this magic wand that they've created. The experience of drawing with this is and undescribable. It does wear down the pencil tips a lot faster. Yeah. I do have a good recommendation from a Chinese brand and have never looked back from there. Ooh. Do share. I would love to. Because if there's one thing I like besides creating art, it's actually finding accessories, dressing up the iPad. So for this one, I'm no longer like being completely detailed with the checkered. I just want there to be a feel of like a pattern for the outfit, because it's not gonna be, it might not even be seen, like the body may not be seen as much because of the fists, but I am still adding the detail just as a principle. Like just so, like I just feel like I should put it regardless. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, I need to see this zoomed out so that, there we go. And it doesn't wear down your pencil tips while still giving you a nice matte texture while reducing glare. Most importantly, without the stickiness, sorry, sorry, stickiness of the glossy protector. Do share. I feel like I know that because I use the ceramic mat that I use. I think it's also Chinese brand. I'm just not sure what Chinese brand, but it is Chinese. The last time I checked, but I would still love to see your recommendation, and of course for others here as well. Ever thinking of upgrading your iPad? After all, the Pencil Pro feature is a little tempting. I'm able to experience the Pencil Pro because of the iPad Mini 7 that I have. So it definitely is a good addition to the feature, but I don't seem to be looking for it as much even when I go back to the Pro. The thing is, something I do want to share with regards to my iPad upgrade. My what in terms of upgrading, I'm only going to upgrade if the apps that I use on the iPad have upgrades themselves that this specific version of the iPad can no longer do. Like they can no longer use those features. That would be the moment wherein I would consider upgrading, because it just goes to show that there's something worth upgrading for. Because right now, I don't feel that it has much difference. Probably speed, but this is still fast enough for me. So speed is not a good enough reason for me to upgrade yet. And that's the reason why I'm sticking with my M1 for now, because I do actually contact I do ask, like for example Procreate in their DMs. They're very responsive. I think that's one of the reasons why I love Procreate. They connect with the people who use their apps. It may take time for them to respond, but at some point they do. And I do ask them like, hey, is there a difference from here, and they're pretty transparent about the difference. And when I see that this is just those features that differentiate from the M1 to the M4, I sort of consider it like, not yet worth upgrading for. So in terms of that, I'm waiting, because since Procreate Dreams is releasing an update, and I want to see maybe there is a feature there that can no longer be executed by this iPad. So it really depends on the tools that I use. So far, Toon Squid works well in M1, so big check for me. So let's see what comes from the other updates. Saru, is it still okay to buy a 10th gen iPad, or is it now underpowered? The thing about the 10th gen though is I would advise going for the Air now, if you know, at some point, just because I feel like the 10th gen is, yeah, it is underpowered, but most of all it's the RAM. The RAM is so important. It's one of the reasons why I haven't upgraded, because the Air, I was considering the Air to upgrade from the M1 to the new M2 Air, or even the M3. But my problem with the Air is the RAM. If you can see, I'm not sure with the M3 though, but the M2, the highest RAM they had was 8 gigabytes, and I can't go back down to 8 gigabyte. This is 16 gigabyte what I'm using. And it's really helpful with the big amount of layers that I have in Procreate, because since I do a lot of layers with my layer separation for animation, I can no longer afford to go back down to 8 gigabyte RAM. So for me, this is still powerful just because of the RAM. It's a brand with a yellow bird as its mascot. The screen protector's package is green in color. They made specific for artists. I will check that out. I don't think it's the same as the one I use, but yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Their pencil tips are great as well. I buy mine from Taobao and they're quite affordable, so no bank breaking needed. Oh, I love that. No bank breaking accessory. Neda Queen, hi. Hi, Neda Queen, welcome. I think that's a great way to approach mass consumers, especially with Apple products. Temptation is always strong. I've only upgraded my iPad Pro 2018 model because it was already struggling. This is the model that I previously had before upgrading to the 2021 M1. And one of the reasons why I upgraded is because my friend wanted to buy my 2018. So it did help me make that decision sooner. But at the time, I did have my 2018 already for 3 years. And since my friends know how much I take care of my gadgets, they're pretty confident that they're gonna get my second hand devices in good condition. So when my friend expressed interest, since he didn't have an iPad, that's what made me decide to upgrade already. So I'm pretty happy with that though. And he's still using his 2018. But unlike you, Ethereal, it doesn't really do too much art on it. So I feel like that's the reason why yours struggled more than his, because I feel like you use it a lot compared to him. I think that's a great way to approach mass consumerism because I've been there. I've had my face of upgrading to the next version. Oh, there's a new release. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade, and then I just got tired of it because I felt like it was no longer worth upgrading immediately. I actually I call it skipping generations. Whenever people ask me like, why aren't you gonna get the new iPhone? I'm like, no, I'm skipping gens. Neda Queen, when I export my emote, some spots of the color just disappear. I think it's the GIF. The GIF export does shift some of or change some of the colors. Usually I saturate my colors because GIFs tend to desaturate them a bit. Although I do want to ask Neda, where do you export your emotes? Because I may not be familiar with the art program or app you use, just in case. I would love to know. Alright, let's get this part of the... let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it is. I make it a point to upgrade when the apps I use frequently doesn't support anymore or that they no longer function as smoothly anymore. Same. It's actually, I think it's a very, it's a saver. Like it makes the decision easier and makes it less tempting to upgrade when you feel that it still works. Like why change something that's not broken? Where do you keep your drawing files for emergency so when something happens to Procreate you can still have and access your drawings again? I back up my files in a separate hard drive. Like for example, I actually just backed up because my my iPad was like the storage was getting a bit tight. So I actually backed up my Procreate files from 2022, 2023. And I put it on a separate hard drive. And then I just delete it here. As for the ones that are here, I use iCloud. I'll be frank, it's a really good investment to back up your files because now that I also have an iPad mini, I'm able to access some of the files that are in the Pro and I can continue in the mini. It's really helpful. Procreate. Oh. Yes, thank you, Ethereal. Exactly. That's what I do too. Procreate. Let me see. Wait, do I have a GIF animated GIF file here? I actually don't know. Let me open a canvas first. Let's open something first. I don't know if I have any layered files. Because the GIF files for... Let's try it. Let's try animated GIF. This is not animated though, but... I think it's this part, Neda, the alpha threshold. I usually put mine 50% and the dithering, I turn it on. So I think you can play around with what percentage you're supposed to export it at. Because from my observation, it does affect the export when you adjust this. Because you did mention that... Wait, some spots of the color. I don't actually, I can't visualize what that looks like though. So I think that's the reason why I'm not sure if I'm answering your question correctly. I hope I am though. I always export my art to save them. Yep. It's always a good idea to just back them up just in case. Just in case. We don't want to manifest any accidents, but just in case. Cuz sometimes, with updates and stuff, some things can happen. Oh, speaking of updates, this is a personal habit of mine that maybe you guys do as well. I don't immediately update. I actually wait probably around a week before I update to the latest version because I want to check first with the others who are so excited to update if it's running smoothly. Because something a nightmarish happened to me before when I was one of those that are so excited to update Procreate, and then they had this really bad bug in the app that it would literally put a square. I don't know if you've encountered this. It would delete a square part of the art, and the shocking thing about it is that all the layers are affected. Like, how is that even possible? I mean, it's okay if like a layer got affected and got deleted, like a square, but no, it was all layers. They had that bad bug. But the thing about Procreate though, because a lot of people are freaked out about that, because it was randomly showing up. Like you open a canvas and there, a big chunk deleted. So a lot of people went to, of course, Procreate, help and support, and in all fairness, they were able to release an updated version at least a week that fixed that problem. So, I mean, it's probably slow for others, but for me, that's a good response time. But it did scare me to update immediately after that. So from that moment forward, I would wait and see how others are doing with their updates. Just because I don't want that trauma again. Because I didn't have any other iPads then, and I think I had a commission to finish, and I couldn't finish it because I was too afraid that something will happen to the file. Thanks for answering my question. I'm removing the tension iPad on my cart now, lol. Anyway, out of topic, are you gonna get the Switch too? I don't actually have a Switch, so it's possible. But I do have a Steam Deck. So for now, I don't think Switch 2 is in my cart yet. Yes, I'll use the same term. But the truth is, I know I'm missing out on the Nintendo exclusive ones because I'm such a... I grew up with Nintendo, so I do have a DS. Wait, I'm gonna show it off. Because I looked for it for quite a long time until I got one. Ta-da! It's good condition. Like, this is so hard to find now. My goodness. I'm so happy. I was willing to settle for any color. So I'm so happy that I persisted and I got the color that I wanted. This was a dream what do you call this? Handheld. There we go. I love it. Thanks, I'm gonna try. I hope it helps, Neda. I would save a little more to get the new iPad Air. I have heard nothing but good things about it. And also you get more longevity. Yes. For me, I'm just preparing. So I'm also like saving up just in case I would have to, or it would be a good investment for me to update. Because let's face it, all of these devices or even apps, they're also upgrading in its own pace, and sometimes you just gotta be prepared. I I think instead of doing this, I'll just do this. Just a little rendering. Alright, there we go. I'm happy with that. We can now proceed to finalizing the colors of the line art so that we can drag this to Toon Squid. What time is it? Is it? Okay, no. I'm checking. My Cinderella hour is not yet. Like, we still got time. I gotta admit, I'm so happy that I finally clicked go live. Like, this has been long overdue for me to get back to streaming. I feel like I was just freaking myself out, you know, because it's been so long. Yeah, especially bugs. Sometimes it breaks the apps you're using. Yeah, the parts wherein they crash, and then although I'm really happy because most of the apps now have backups. And what I mean by backups, they like they notify you to back up your what you're working on. So that's on Calipeg. Procreate Dreams doesn't have that, but Procreate is pretty good with saving files when it does crash. So I gotta hand it to them. That's a good automatic feature. But Calipeg, Toon Squid, they have this right here, like something will pop up. Well, Toon Squid is here, Calipeg is here, and they would remind you to, like, you can set it up like every 30 minutes. It will remind you, hey, back this up, and then you can just tap and it would back up completely. It would save. So those are really, really useful features, especially, you know, when we get in the zone, when we create, we forget. Let's face it. Come on. If you have time, I can DM you on Instagram so I can show you better. Okay, Neda, DM me so I would love to see it so that I can help you, or at least do my best to help you. Fellow Nintendo girl, yes. That's why I'm so tempted with the Switch. But the thing is, I'm a pretty casual gamer, so I feel like, you know, I might not be able to utilize it as much. I'll just feel guilty. Like my Steam Deck, I don't really get to use it as much lately because I've been so obsessed with making art. Does that make me a workaholic? Probably a little. But that's the thing though, isn't it? You want art to be fun. So that even if you're working or making like commissions and stuff, it can still be a fun thing. Is Toon Squid's features worth it? Yes. The 2.0, when I use it, I'm still mind blown. Oh, here's a good preview. Oh, look at this. This is what I was talking about. Look at this, look at this. I'm not even touching the canvas, but it's giving me the backup reminder. See? That's a very helpful feature. Yes, I'm backing it up even though I didn't do anything with it. Okay, this is Toon Squid. This is the first emote I did on Toon Squid. Just to give you a glimpse of what it can do. Although this is basically a portion of what it can do. I know that it can do more. Oh wait, I have an example of what it can do more. Here we go. This was a commission, by the way. It's a stream overlay. So this is the biggest trial experimentation that I did with Toon Squid. I was supposed to do this in Procreate Dreams, but with the spontaneous drop of the 2.0 feature of Toon Squid, I just can't help but jump right at, like, come on, I want to try it. So I decided to take the risk and do a commission right then and there and just wing it. Asian, can you tell me how you do your color palette? Maybe a video about it or even sell it. I really love how cute and soft and good in the eyes your colors is. Oh, thank you so much, Asian. I actually just take inspiration from existing like art. Like for example, with my Arcane emotes, I check how others have interpreted their own palettes of the characters. Since of course the character sheet from the series is pretty desaturated and I do love some color popping, and I see how others render, and from there I take in the ones that I love the combination of and just use it as reference. Crypto Gym, maganda na mga gawa mo po kaso di ko afford. Keep it up po. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kahit dito lang, being here, like watching my videos is really, really ano na rin for me. I really, really appreciate. I'm grateful. Kizanko, too bad there's no Toon Squid for my Samsung tab. Oh, at least we're getting Calipeg. Yes, yes. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully the other apps will follow suit. That's so cute. Love the high tea. I know that Butterfly made the tea sweet. Yes, because this is her character's aesthetic, which is a butterfly. And a little magic. There are tarot cards because she knows how to read tarot. Having an Android is the worst for art. I think it's drawing wise. I don't feel that way because I do have a good experience with Android drawing, but the lack of the other, I guess, more advanced apps that can elevate the, like for example, what I do, like add animation, all that, you will miss it, especially if you're seeing it from others, because that's how I felt, with live 2D artists who are doing all these cute animations as well, because they also use it for animations, not just for live 2D VTubers. When they use it for animation, I envied them, even though yes, I use After Effects. That's the one I'm most experienced at, but come on, we all know the Adobe thing. In a way, I do, it's my MacBook will struggle rendering those, so I did pray that the iPad had something. So it all started from Calipeg and then Dreams and now Toon Squid. So thank you, developers, for developing these. So grateful. You can still play Animal Crossing in the recent Hello Kitty Island adventure. Yes! I actually downloaded that immediately. That's a cool feature, reminding to back up the artwork. Yes, it's really helpful. I tend to forget. Would you rather have Procreate Dreams to do your tweening or Toon Squid? Both are so good, but at the moment, there's definitely a lot more from Toon Squid. Their 2.0 is worth the hype. But the thing is, Procreate Dreams is also dropping an update this year. They've been teasing so much about it now, and I don't know what to expect. The only thing I know about these apps is that I've already paid for them. They're one-time payment, and the updates will just go on forever, and well, hopefully. And yeah, something to look forward to. Yep, I think we're good with the body. Oh, one more. And then I can drag this to Toon Squid. Hi, Latte. You're gonna eat your dinner after stream. Are you done playing? I'm talking to my fur baby. Now we can leave this like that. Alright. Okay, let's try to... Okay, so whenever I export like the layers and stuff, I just duplicate the group, which is where the 16 gigabyte RAM helps a lot because I tend to duplicate all these things just so that I can flatten them without worrying about losing the raw file. Okay, so we got these layers. Oh, by the way, I can't believe I forgot to ask this question. What do you think of this layout format? Because I actually used to do the screen, like the iPad screen style of streaming. I can also do that from time to time. So, but let me know what you think about this. The one where you see my hands. Because I never did this when I streamed in Twitch before. This is the first time I ever did this kind of I guess view or vantage point. Toon Squid looks awesome. It's like After Effects, but I think has easier learning curve. Yes, it is. It is. It's the one that resembles After Effects the most. And I think that's the reason why I'm mind blown by it. It's really powerful. That's why their unexpected drop of the 2.0 was like what's going on? Like, what is this? What is this gift? It's too early. It's not yet Christmas. Should I just separate? I'm trying to decide which facial features would go together. Because I want to minimize the layer separation too. So sometimes I plan which ones would go with the other. I think we can merge this with the eyebrows. I love art, but find it hard to start and just create. What do you think about learning versus copying versus inspiration? I want to learn, so I look up tutorials, but I also don't want to copy or plagiarize. One of the things that I do when it comes to taking, like, from inspiration, I actually don't, like, I get the concept, but I create a version of it that's mine. So, for example, if there's a specific outfit or something, what I'm gonna do is that I'm not gonna draw the exact outfit as per the inspiration. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another type of outfit that's similar in structure, and then get a feature there that I can combine with this other inspiration. So it's like a Frankenstein thing, so that you're not fully copying just from one thing, because I think that's the difference. Taking inspiration shouldn't just be from one thing unless you're practicing, because for example, when you're practicing portraits and all that, of course take from one so that you can practice your visual observation skills. But for inspiration, and when you're designing or creating something original for yourself, it would be better and safer to Frankenstein different inspirations. Do you think you prefer Toon Squid or Calipeg? I want to try to make emotes from your emote pack, and I want to make it good, so to not disappoint the work you've done to me. That emote pack, I actually, thank you for mentioning the emote pack. I should probably do one, like animate one of them. I would love to. I guess I can just ask you guys, which emote should I create an animation from? That would be a good start. And in terms of preferred Toon Squid or Calipeg, definitely Toon Squid. For the tweening and the warp, because it has all those features. For Calipeg, I do love frame by frame in Calipeg. Compared to Toon Squid, I feel like it's easier in Calipeg for me. But it's still good. It's still good. Toon Squid has its frame by frame as well. It really depends. I do personally, I do love having these options or tools. But for example, if you're the type that wants to just focus on one app, I would recommend Toon Squid because it does have everything. I love your videos and art style, by the way. Thank you, Tsum Tsum. I think this is great, but maybe you can rotate to iPad screen recording when you're doing more detailed sketches and drawing. Yeah. Actually, there would be streams as well wherein I'm drawing in Clip Studio. Or sketching at least. Because I do want to draw on the bigger screen from time to time. But more for concept and sketching ideas. Or sketching your OCs. I would love to do that. I love seeing hands. It makes it more fun to look at. Hello. Thank you. Maybe I should accessorize my hands. I might try Calipeg since I want to get into animation. Calipeg is good. Aesthetic girl, what do you... Wait. Do you use... Oh, you're gonna... The iPad, right? I think if you're gonna go for the iPad, I think you know, I love Calipeg, but I think I would advise that you try Toon Squid first. That way you have more flexibility too. Yeah. I like it like this, to be honest, so that I can be a little bit know what you click in real life. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I kind of get a little distracted with no hand, but it is your decision in the end how you want to do it. Thank you for that. I think there are aspects that were in, if I'm just drawing or sketching, it would be fun to just show the canvas. Just so that I'm not covering too much with my left hand. I forgot that I had this. My goodness. I'm already finished drawing, but I forgot to turn this on and use this. My shortcut key accessory. Okay, so I think we're good now. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if it can import the layers. This is quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 layers. So let's see. Wait, I'm gonna open the file for Vi in Toon Squid. So Arcane Vi. Okay, you'll see here that my canvas size for the animation is 1500 pixel and 20 frames per second. The frames per second can still be adjusted for me. It really depends. If I did the animation too slow, I'll just speed it up through the FPS so that I don't have to redo it again. Alright, so let's go with Procreate. Let's select all the layers. This is how you select them. You just swipe like this. This is how you select multiple layers, just in case. Alright, let's see if Toon Squid can handle this. Okay, just hold it up and then drop it here. See? Told you. Look at that. Failed to import file. See? So it still has that difficulty of, like, you know, the drag and drop. But the regular import it works. But of course, we all love an easy drag and drop, right? So at least for now, that's the current status of Toon Squid when it comes to importing. Also, the funny thing about this is that the layer sequence is opposite in Procreate. So you're gonna see the ones on top is at the bottom. So I need to rearrange the layers. The only thing I actually hope Toon Squid will eventually update is the ability to adjust this, like this area, because this is it. There's no moving this. If we go to Calipeg, that's one of my favorite features of Calipeg, is Look at, oh, by the way, ha ha ha. This is the meme. This is the meme that I animated. If you've used this meme before, I made an animated version of it for fun. And it, people liked it. So this is funny. Okay, so look at this. Isn't that great? I like this. I love this. I love the flexibility of you being able to do that with your canvas. Procreate Dreams has that as well. Look at this. But Procreate Dreams is different. You can't move this portion, but there is this. See? So I think that's the only, well, technically that's the only issue I have with Toon Squid. The rest is perfection. But yeah, I think it would be great if they can, they can make this, I don't know what. I'm not a developer, but at least like be able to just lift it even just a little bit, like half of the screen, and also to be able to do a vertical orientation, because they can't do vertical right now. It's just landscape mode. Grabe ang galing. Thank you po. I kind of get distracted with no hand, but it's sure okay. The micropad, yes. The next favorite accessory for me after the Apple Pencil. I'm able to memorize this without looking. Way easier than a keyboard. Ooh, what's the shortcut key gadget? It's the 8-bit dough micro. Wait, let me see. I think I can get a... I'm trying to Google. Okay, here we go. I got it. I'm gonna share it here. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. It's too long. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing at myself. Wait. Why can't I copy the link? Okay, just a minute. Yes, there we go. There we go. That's the gamepad. No, I am poor. I will manifest, I'll manifest it for you. You can go with Calipeg, but the thing with the amazing thing about Calipeg, Toon Squid, and Procreate Dreams is that they're all one-time payment. So thank you for them not being subscription based, because I don't want any more subscription based. Grabe ang galing. Thank you po. Oh, Architect Melanie. Salamat po. Would you be open to share your Pixsquare shortcuts? I bought Pixsquare from your videos, but I have no idea what shortcuts to put, where, or which is going to be more useful. I will share it. I'll take a screenshot and post it on my YouTube community tab. I actually just placed the similar key shortcuts from Procreate, just so that I don't have to, memorize another layout. So, but I will share it. I'll take a screenshot. Gusto ng anak ko ito. Salamat po. That's so cute. Ano po app? Yung drawing app po. If yung drawing app po, it's Procreate. The drawing app is Procreate. I have the micropad when I'm out and about. I recently invested in the Toolbox Elite Plus and it's so good. Ah, I actually wanna try that. Seriously. Although I have to admit, this is way lighter for my bag. Like this with the mini, that's a good combination. Okay, let's see what time is it. Oh, it's already past my Cinderella hour. Okay, I'll just rearrange the layers so that I can show you. Do you see the the limitations when it comes to moving stuff around? It can be just a little bit tedious to do them like one by one in a short space like this. But in a way, it's regardless, it's still worth everything that Toon Squid is capable of. So I think this didn't get transferred. Wait. Yeah. I think these two. Oh, it's just two. I think it's just two layers that didn't get transferred. Well, that's nice. And the mouth. There we go. Okay, so I don't think I can animate this anymore, but I think I'm considering maybe next stream. What do you think? Do you want to see Vi punch some punch? Let me know so that I can you know, I can do this on stream instead. Micropad plus mini, the tour box with the iPad Pro. Yes! Oh, I really want to try the tour box. I've just been holding back a bit. Because, you know, saving up. Oh my gosh. I'm stretching a bit. Please stretch with me in case you guys have been sitting for a while now. Okay. So, I want to say... Wait. Thank you. Wait. Okay, I guess as a closing, we can do this. wait. Okay. I'm gonna separate these two. I'm gonna do like just a quick, like let's animate this quickly, just the hands. Cut and then paste. See, this is also the part in Toon Squid that I like. The fact that you can actually put this in one group and then animate this separately, that is a powerful feature. And you can do this like pen, pen, pen. In case you're wondering where's her arm, it won't be seen. Like, it's not even noticeable. Like, look at this. Is it noticeable that it's a floating hand? It's a floating glove. It's not. Work smart, not hard. Look at that. How do you think should Vi punch? Like, two punches, like left and right? Left, like jab, jab, jab. Oh, okay, I'm just playing around at this point. Okay, let's go. Okay, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I look forward. It's nice to be back streaming again. And yeah, it feels good. It feels good. I was a nervous wreck before I clicked go live. So I've warmed up. Arzian, sure, it's always fun watching you stream your process in real time. Thank you. Procreate Dreams pala. Yes. But this one is Toon Squid. Melanie, this one. Yes, the lasso too. I think Dreams doesn't have that. Yes, they don't. Eek! Although, to be honest, Ethereal, I do feel more comfortable editing my illustrations from Procreate instead of Dreams. Although I know it's convenient for others, but since I'm going to be using the illustration for Procreate, I do want it to be in sync with the ones that I put in Dreams. Like, for example, with emotes, since I can use both like static in Procreate and animated in Dreams. I do want it to be synchronized in terms of the edits. So that's the reason why for now I don't really mind Procreate Dreams not having a lasso tool, because I still prefer editing the illustration in Procreate. It really depends. Because of course it's a huge hassle not to have, especially for those that do amazing frame by frame illustrations and animations. You can't blame them. That is difficult not to have the lasso tool. But for me, since I do keyframing, I don't mind. Because it's also the same process with After Effects and Photoshop, right? Like if you need to edit some of the elements that you animate in After Effects, you go back to Photoshop to do it. So it's a process I'm pretty used to. So I guess I understand why others would be frustrated with it, and on my part, I'm okay with it. Joe, good morning po. Good morning. I'm actually closing and finishing up the stream. Just thank you, by the way, for dropping by. I hope to see you in future streams. Saru, I got lost in my shopping app searching for iPad Air. Haha, what was your reco again? Thanks. The iPad Air M2, although from what I hear, they did a silent release of iPad Air M3. I'm not sure, but I did hear. I saw it in YouTube. But yeah, you can go for iPad Air. It's really powerful. Daily streams, let's go. Oh my gosh. You know what? I do want to make a habit of it. At least, to sketch, to draw more. I'm not sure if I can commit to daily though, but I do want at the very least more than once a week. More than. That's the goal. Thank you for being so patient, answering all our inquiries and taking the time to chat with us. Yes, it's one of the aspects of streaming that I miss the most. I love the interactions and just working and drawing with you guys. Because it's also what I do when I watch other people stream. So yeah. Thank you. Hello, bye. Yes, bye-bye. Got it. Thanks. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, I will see you on the next stream and video. Let's see. I post, a lot of formats, so I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Do take care, hydrate, have a good morning, good evening, good day. And yeah, for everyone who is in the same time zone as me, who's in the evening, let's all have a good rest and have a good day tomorrow. Thank you so much. And remember, art is fun. It's an art venture. And let's enjoy it. So thank you so much. And I will see you. Bye-bye.